The bus driver involved in the fatal crash that shut down Route 80 last week and took the life of a 10-year-old student and a 20-year veteran teacher will now be facing charges from the Morris County prosecutor, 2 counts of vehicular homicide. Tom DiDonato is at the courthouse. Tom, what do you got for us?
Yes, Bill, a very intense scene this morning. The New Jersey bus driver, who authorities say caused a crash with a dump truck on Route 80 that left a teacher and a 10-year-old dead, made his first appearance in court this morning. He came in handcuffs. He was moving very slowly after the accident. 77-year-old Huddy Muldrow of Woodland Park was charged Thursday by the Morris County Prosecutor's Office with 2 counts of vehicular homicide. The charges carry a potential sentence of 5 to 10 years. Muldrow allegedly attempted to make an illegal turn after he re-entered Route 80 west while carrying a group from Eastbrook Middle School in Paramus to Waterloo Village in Byram. A dump truck traveling in the center lane through Mount Olive struck the bus, according to a criminal affidavit released on Thursday. The collision killed 51-year-old Jennifer Williamson and 10-year-old Miranda Vargas. It left dozens of others injured, including the dump truck driver. After the hearing, Muldrow's pastor spoke for the family.
My heart goes out to the family that lost their loved ones and those that was hurt. You know, there's no winner in a situation like this. It's a hurtful situation all the way around.
David Freed is the attorney representing the family of Miranda Vargas.
This is the future of America, and they're being put into the hands of people who at times, and this is certainly one of those times, probably had no business being a bus driver.
Muldrow will be appearing in court next Wednesday here in Morristown.
What was the mood in the courtroom among the defendant, his family, and if any of the victims were there?
The teacher just had her funeral yesterday. The husband was there in the courtroom embracing the family members of the Vargas family. It was very hard to watch, actually. You wanted to give them their privacy, but at the same time, it was an important moment this morning, especially I think for the judge and the attorneys to be a part of and witness.
All right, let's bring back the A+ panel for tonight's show. We're joined by Lisa Durden, pop culture expert, and DeLacy Davis joining us for the first time, political strategist and former East Orange police officer. Lisa, start with you. I think there are a couple different emotions on this. On one hand, you've got an elderly person that you can question all you want whether or not he should have been driving, the driving record, etc. But it does stand to reason that if he gets convicted on both counts, he could be facing a life sentence.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you're driving and you're talking about accidents, but here's where I draw the line. When you're doing things like you're on your phone, you're making random turns because you missed your stop, you've been drinking or taking drugs, those are things that you did that you could have avoided. So I think that at this point, he needs to do a little jail time. I don't think 30 years or 10 years, but he needs to do jail time because it was something that he could have prevented. And he didn't do it.
What do you think? I mean, obviously, this is the alleged charges. Some people have seen the video of him crossing across three lanes. But his son came out and said, my dad did not miss the exit. That wasn't what he was trying to do. Obviously, this is what will play out in court.
Well, that makes sense. They're trying to come up with a narrative that makes sense based upon what we're seeing in the video. But it's a wanton disregard for human life. If you're crossing 3 lanes with a bus with 44 passengers, you have to consider the life of the passengers.
I don't question his age. I've said this, that I would trust a lot of 77 and even older more than I trust a 17-year-old behind the wheel. That said, where is the standard for bus drivers, given the history of this guy? Well 14 suspensions.
The legislators have to decide that if the law has loopholes in it, then they have to close the loopholes. And that certainly would have probably kept him from driving at this time.
And don't you think a bus driver transporting kids should be held to a higher standard?
Absolutely.
I would agree. All right, guys. Got to leave it there.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your weekend.
All right,
Thank you.
Bill.
Appreciate it.